Hello, 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 and welcome back to another Hookster Talks live in your living room on a Thursday night just after 9 o'clock. Yeah, it takes me that long to get the stream set up. It's probably about 9:15 by now, but anyway, it's time once again for everyone's favourite star of the show. Yes, it's me! No, it's not. It's TB Bear. Yes, there he is. Look at the TB Bear. Look at him go. Wowzers, mid trousers, as I like to say. Wow, he's really excited this week, aren't you, TB? Yes, he says, because Formula One's back. Oh my goodness, and what a race that was, wasn't it, TB? TB. Oh, 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 oh. Oh my god. It was well exciting, wasn't it, TB? Well, unfortunately, TB's a little bit annoyed because his favourite driver, Lewis Hamilton, didn't do very well, did he? No, he didn't. But at least he got third, which is a lot better than he thought he was going to get. Yes, that's right. He thought he was going to get fifth or sixth, but no, he did actually come third. So yeah, well done to Lulu. It was a lucky third, but it was a third nevertheless. Yes, that's what's most important. So a special hello to everyone out there in La La Land, on the internet, live on a Thursday evening. Yes, there he is. Look, he's doing his exercises because he likes to keep himself fit, does Mr. TB Bear. Yes, he's a very fit bear, you know, yes. Even though he's 83 years old, he doesn't look it, does he? He doesn't look it. No, he doesn't look it. But he is 83 years old. Yes, 83. Bloody hell. Wish I looked that good at 83, I'll tell you. Yes, indeedy. Yes, indeedy. Oh, he's such a sexy bear, aren't you? Mwah. 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 Yes, beautiful. Okay, that's enough of that. Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Hookster Talks. Right, before we start with the F1 news, which of course is pretty massive, I'm going to start with something else that is on the headline of the title to this video. And that is something that I saw yesterday. And that is, it looks like there's going to be no more dirt games from Codemasters. Glum faces all round. Yes. An insider at Codemasters, a whistleblower if you would like to call it as that, has revealed that unfortunately Dirt Rally 3 was cancelled at the end of 2021. Because, of course, if anyone doesn't know this by now, they have now got the exclusive license to the WRC and will be bringing out their first game in 2023 with the WRC license. Now, if anyone's been looking back at my Hookster Talks, they will realise about, 10 talks ago, something like that, I actually predicted that is what was going to happen. Yes, that they would stop doing the dirt games because it was impossible that they could do two of them together because, you know, it's rallying. It's both of the same genre. How on earth could you actually make that work? So yeah, it looks like, unfortunately, Dirt has now been extinguished, which means that the final entry in the series was Dirt 5, which I have to say was a pretty disappointing end to the series, in fact, because although it was a pretty decent arcadey sort of game, it certainly wasn't up there with one of the best Dirts of all time, which, as everyone knows, was Dirt 2. Yes, Dirt 2 was one of the all-time greats in the Dirt franchise, and it certainly wasn't anywhere near that. It was trying very hard to be like Dirt 2, but it was failed miserably due to the fact that it only had visual damage, which was... I never understand that, but there you go. Yes, only visual damage, so, you know, you had no problems with smashing into the cars because, you know, no problems with your performance of your car or anything, just visual. And I just can't believe it in this day and age that they still do that. But, of course, there is another culprit of that, and that is Gran Turismo. Yes, we have Gran Turismo 7, which, oh my goodness, what a load of controversy we've had over that game this week. I've never seen so much hate for a video game in 7 days. No, I really haven't. It's just incredible how much hate that game has garnered in just 7 days. Of course, a lot of it is their own fault due to the fact of these microtransactions, where now it's a hell of a slog to get some of these really special cars. But yeah, so much hate. But of course, Gran Turismo 7 hasn't even got any visual damage. In fact, it's got no damage at all. So just like the earlier games, you can just smash into any of the cars you want and there's no penalty for that. No penalty. Now, they tried to address this in some of the earlier GT games where they introduced collision penalties. If you remember, it used to reduce your revs for about 5 seconds, something like that. But that seems to have been abandoned for GT7, and there's just nothing now. And I just cannot believe in 2022, with the fact that it's on the PlayStation 5 as well, with all the graphical enhancements that it's got, there's still no damage. I can't believe it. Damage to me is one of the fundamental aspects of a racing game. I mean, look at the Formula 1 games for one thing. I mean, if damage was switched off or you had no damage on them, what would it be? It'd just be an arcade racer, wouldn't it? The damage is fundamental to your success at times because, you might bump into a car and think, oh, God, I've just ripped the ring off. And you suddenly look at your MFD and find out that, in actual fact, you had no damage to your car. And you're like, oh, I can't believe it. How could I have been so lucky? In other situations, you think that you've only had a slight bit of contact and you find that half your wing's been ripped off. And so that really hampers your progress. But that's what damage is all about in racing games. I've always preferred games with damage. I've never driven a game where you can have damage in it where I switch it off, because what's the point? It just turns into Mario Kart then. You just might as well just Mario Kart it around. You've got to have damage on. You've got to have damage. And I just don't get it, how in 2022 Gran Turismo can come out with no damage. But that's something that nobody's sort of even reported about, to be honest. Nobody's even mentioned the fact that it's got no damage. I mean, it's unbelievable. It's all about these microtransactions and how much. I think someone said to get some of the top cars, it's going to cost you $900. I mean, that's just ludicrous. But the trouble is, this is what these game companies are trying to do now. They're trying to eke out every last dollar out of you. They're not content for the fact that the game in the first place costs up to $60, $70, $80, $90, $100 sometimes if you go for the special editions. No, they're not content with all that lucre that they're going to get. They need to add on a little bit more as well so that it keeps the coffers rolling in. And it's just ridiculous because back in the old days, you made a game, you released it, and the price is what you got for the game, and that was it. That was it. But sadly, these are not the times we're living in anymore. And so, yeah, they have to keep trying to increase their revenue. God knows why. They must make quite a bit of money just on selling the game in the first place, surely. And they only make one every 5 or 6 years. So it's, I don't get it. I don't get it. But anyway, that's enough of the GT news. As I say, so it looks like the Dirt Rally games are no more. I'm very sad to see that. Yeah, it was supposed to be Dirt Rally 3, which would have been the follow-up to Dirt Rally 2, which was released in 2019. But that has been scrapped now for the WRC. So, trouble is that, I mean, I've been playing the old WRC. I'm on WRC 6 at the moment. And it's nothing special, really. It really isn't. And if Codemasters now are just going to make the same game that's been made for the past 5 or 6 years by someone else. I don't get it. So we're going to have none of that sort of fantasy track surfaces and tracks that we get in the dirt games. That's all going to be gone because it's all going to be official tracks and circuit. And I just think that's a bit of a mistake from Codemasters there. But so I've heard also in this report that there's a bit of dissension in the ranks at Codemasters. Yes, they've lost about 60 members of their Q&A department, and they're down to 120 from 200 at the moment. And of course, once again, I called that as well. If you want to refer to my EA takes over Codemasters, why this is bad news video, where I said that this is what's going to happen. And EA are just going to suck all the life out of Codemasters until there's nothing left, which will be about 2024, I think. And yeah, I knew this would happen. But apparently some of these problems at Codemasters were there before EA took over. So they were hoping that they were going to get solved by the time EA... But no, if you're in trouble before you get taken over, getting taken over is not going to cure the problem. No. But apparently, yeah, they've got a few problems at Codemasters anyway. Now, let's face it, the last few games haven't exactly lit the world on fire. F1 2021 was certainly a step back for the series, I have to say. And then, of course, we've had Grid Legends, which seems to have disappeared without any trace. Yes. I mean, it's only been out, what, 2 weeks? And nobody is talking about Grid Legends. It's all GT7, unfortunately. But this is mostly because of the problems with GT7. But, you know, any publicity is good publicity, even if it's bad. I remember someone used to say that back in the day. And so, yeah, it's quite a problem. Quite a problem for Grid Legends because it's just sank without a trace. I did like the tweet they sent out, though, at Codemasters when they said, play Grid Legends. We've got all the cars available right away. Ouch! Ouch! Well done, Codemasters, for that one. But yeah, it's just very, very strange what's happening at Codemasters. I've got my fingers crossed for F1 2022, but at the same time, if it's going to be an evolution of F1 2021, I think it's once again going to be a step backwards. Yes, which is very, very unfortunate for my favourite racing series, which is pretty obvious because of the name of my channel. Yeah, and so I'm hoping we're going to be able to play it in our Elite Racing League on a Monday night. I hope so, because otherwise we're going to have to stick with F1 2020 again, and that means we'll be racing a game that's 2 years out of date. It's not a good proposition that I like. I don't mind if it's 1 year because, you know, that's fair enough. But 2 years out of date is going to be a massive setback. Massive setback. But we will see what happens. We will see what happens. And hopefully, it will be a great game. I haven't got that confidence, though, I have to say. So there you go. Right, so back to the most exciting news of all, which is, of course, Formula One is back, baby! And bloody hell, who would have predicted that Ferrari would have won that race? Well, first off, I'd like to say I just hope I hope that car's legal. Of course it's legal. Blimey, they're not going to make the same mistake twice, are they? Like 2019. No. Hopefully the car is good. The car is good. They were trying to make out a little bit of controversy. I just saw on the on Google News earlier that they pulled in Carlos Sainz's car to be inspected, but that's what they do to all the cars, so that's nothing unusual. So yeah, but they were trying to make it look like, oh, could it have been dodgy? Could it have been dodgy? Yeah, little bit of news for you. That's what they were trying to get. A little bit of news out of you. But yeah, I just didn't think there's any problems there. So yes, Charles Leclerc won the race in a Ferrari. I can't believe it. Well, I can believe it. I mean, the progress of Ferrari has been pretty decent the last few years. Of course, 2019, they were unfortunately accused of cheating. I think it was the illegal PSU on their car. I'm not quite sure if that was the part that was cheating. But anyway, they were accused of cheating. And so for 2020, unfortunately, they took a step backwards. But the development and the pace was still there, I do believe. And in 2021, Ferrari were pretty decent. Unfortunately, nobody saw that because it was all concentrated on Lolo and Maxi Boy Verstappen. No one was even concentrating on the fact that Ferrari were doing pretty decent in 2021. And most of their drivers were finishing 5th and 6th. Yeah, but as I say, that was completely forgotten about, and Ferrari had pretty much zero race coverage as well, I noticed, because there wasn't really anything happening with them. They weren't passing many cars. They were sort of staying pretty much where they started, but they were still doing decent races. But as I say, because of the Lolo situation, yeah, no one was taking notice of them. So last year they were coming on. So it wasn't really a surprise that this year they've got it right out of the box. Now, how long can they maintain that pace before Red Bull start to catch up? I don't think it's going to be too long. I reckon about 4 or 5 races in, they should be starting to close up that gap on Ferrari. I'm talking about Red Bull, of course. As for Mercedes, oh my goodness, they have got quite a few problems, haven't they? Quite a few problems. Apparently, according to George Russell, the reason why they are so slow is basically just due to the porpoising, the jumping up and down. When they're going down the straight, it's losing them a huge amount of time. And I have also heard that the car is the heaviest car currently in the field. So they've got to reduce some weight there. I think I've said this before, but I said, well, just don't give Lulu any food for a week and then he'll be fine for the race, won't he? Why not? Why can't he do that? Why can't he do that? I don't get it. So yeah, Mercedes have come out of the box in a very bad position, because if the two Red Bulls had actually finished, they would have been 5th and 6th, wouldn't they? So yeah, that's not good for the start of the season for Mercedes. Now, of course, unfortunately, Red Bull had both their engine problems, or something to do with the engine anyway. And once again, not wishing to blow my own trumpet, but I will anyway. I said this weeks ago. Weeks and weeks and weeks ago, I said I had great fears that Red Bull were going to have problems with their engine because it's not a Honda engine anymore. Well, it basically is, but it isn't. It's now made in-house by Red Bull. And I understand they haven't even got that off the ground yet. They're still sort of borrowing engines from Honda at the moment. So that's not going to be working, I think, till July. Something like that anyway. So yeah, there's a definite weak spot there with the engines at Red Bull. I'd like to see how the season progresses in that. I hope that this is not going to happen on a regular basis every 4 or 5 races that their engines are going to pack up, because that's going to be disastrous for Maxi Boy's season, it has to be said. But who knows? That could very well be the case until they actually get this engine development on course and ready to go properly. They could well have some problems. So that's the front runners sort of sorted out. We've got the Mercedes and the Red Bulls, and we've got the Ferraris, of course. And now we've got to go down a little bit further down the field. And I'd just like to say a big, huge congratulations to K-Mag, Kevin Magnussen, the Great Dane himself, yes, for actually managing to get that Huskar into the position that he ended it in. It was just amazing, absolutely amazing. And I'd just like to say that would that have happened with Nikita Mazepin? Would that have happened, really? Let's be honest. No, it wouldn't. It just goes to show you that with just one weak link in a team, that brings down the whole of the team. Yeah, just one weak link. And that weak link was Nikita Mazepin, because quite frankly, he isn't very good. And we all know why he was there. And due to current situations that I can't discuss on YouTube, he is now not there. Yes, but he was definitely the weak link in that team, without a doubt, without a doubt. So I just like to say, K-Mag, well done, my son, because you had a terrific race there and showed the possible potential of the Huskar for the future. So yeah, well done indeed, well done indeed. Now, we need to talk about McLaren. Oh my God. I'm shocked. I'm shocked. Now, at certain points in that race, I saw Daniel Ricciardo at about 19th place, something like that. So I'd like to talk about Daniel Ricciardo first. I don't know what's going on with Daniel Ricciardo, but I fear that this could be his last season in Formula One. There's just too much inconsistency now compared with his teammate. I know everyone's going to say, oh, it's Lando, but he's just falling too far behind. And he hasn't even got that excuse of joining a new team to fall back on this time, because he's in the same team. But what the hell is happening with Daniel Ricciardo? I just don't know. He's slipping further and further back. I fear that he's not quite with it mentally, to be honest. I mean, you know, they're all human beings, these racing drivers, so we don't know what's going on behind the scenes. But I don't think he's completely on it, to be honest. I really don't. I can't see that there's a problem with his fitness or anything like that, because otherwise that would have been reported and come out. I don't know what's happening with Daniel Ricciardo, but he's definitely doing very, very badly. And in fact, the whole team of McLaren are doing badly, because Lando Norris, even though he was doing better, he didn't do that much better in that car than Daniel Ricciardo did. And there is no way, after your team was winning a race last year, yes, Daniel won a race last year, that your team would take a hit in performance like that, unless there's something seriously wrong. Now, I have heard they have got some serious braking issues with the car, and of course that would lose you a huge amount of time if that's the case. So hopefully, if they can get on top of that, they should be able to get back up there again. But the trouble is, if you have a car which doesn't perform well at the start of the season, the best you can ever sort of wring out of that car is getting back into a midfield position. There's no way I can see that McLaren are ever going to win a race in 2022. Because it's just not going to happen. Not going to happen. But we will see. But at the moment, McLaren are in trouble. Now, this is fundamentally the problem with McLaren. They seem to produce a good car one year. The next year, they seem to produce a pretty average one. And this has been their development cycle for quite a few years now. I don't know what the solution is, to be honest. I really don't know what the solution is. I don't know. Some people are saying that a change of leadership is needed. Zach Brown needs to go, but I don't know if he's even the problem, to be honest. I really don't know if he's the problem. Unfortunately, due to the fact that a lot of their top guys have left, they haven't really got any sort of hot shot in their aero department or anything like that could really bring that car to the front, to be honest. I mean, they've got good people, but they haven't got an Adrian Newey, have they, to be honest? They haven't got an Adrian Newey. So it could be a problem for McLaren, especially this year. Hopefully, they will put it together. I mean, if it is all down to the braking problems and they get that sorted, they should get right back into the midfield by about round 6 of this championship, hopefully. But if they can't get on top of the braking, they're going to be in real trouble for the rest of the season. And I know there's a lot of McLaren fans out there that don't want to see that happen. Yes. So anyway, the race, I thought it was quite a decent race. I'd give it a 7 out of 10. It wasn't brilliant. The middle section did make me start to fall asleep. But then, of course, the safety car situation after the fire, I think it was it Gasly, the AlphaTauri? Might have been. Anyway, whoever it was, that situation woke me up again, and it was fine towards the end of the race. And of course, the start of the race was brilliant as well. So, well done to everyone for the first round of the season. Now, of course, we've got more Grand Prix. Yes, this weekend. So, well done to F1 for doing a back-to-back to start the season off. And hang on, my notifications are going crazy. Okay, sorry, got distracted. So well done to F1 for doing a back-to-back for the start of the season. Now I have been through your excuse me. I was about to sneeze then, but I didn't. Anyway, I have gone through your comments on who was going to be the top 3, and unfortunately nobody actually got it, but there was a few that were very close, so well done to you. Who was that one I wrote down last week? I think it was Scott, wasn't it? I can't remember where I've wrote it down now, Scott. I write things down on pieces of paper all over the show. Is it here? Or is it here? No, I can't find it now. That was a week ago. I can't remember. But anyway, you all came close, but of course, none of you predicted the Ferrari dominance. So, So, for this week, put in your predictions for the top 3. Who do you think is going to be 1, 2, and 3? Now, this time round, it should be a lot easier. Especially if you go 1, Charles Leclerc, 2, Carlos Sainz. After that, pick a mix for number 3. But you should be pretty alright if you do those 2 first. Yes. Or maybe for shits and giggles, why not reverse them round and do Sainz first, then Leclerc. And then pick a mix for whoever you want for number 3. Yes. But anyway, there you go. Let's go to the comments now and see who we've got. Wowzers, me trousers. Hello, Matthew D'Souza. He says, yes, it's my favourite Hookster. Wait, you got another Hookster? Another Hookster that's not your favourite? That's unbelievable. Unbelievable scenes. He says, these Tesco guys still haven't told me if I've got the job or not. Oh, that's unbelievable, Matt. That's unbelievable. Tesco's, they're usually pretty good on stuff like that, so I'm very surprised. But unfortunately, the world we're living in at the moment, things are very, very slow, as I've experienced myself. So, yeah. Just hang in there. I'm sure you'll get a reply at some point. Hopefully. It's Mr. Will F1 in the house, everyone. Shall we give him a TB wave just to shut him up? Shall we? All right then. He'll get a special TB wave. Yes! It's Mr. Will F1. I love you, TB. I love you, you big, beautiful Buster Bear. Yeah. There you go. He says, oh God, TB is a Hamilton fan. Yes, he is. He's a die-hard Hamilton fan. Always has been. Aren't you, TB? Aren't you? Yes, he says yes. He says, and he says, shut up, in it. He said, he's trying to imitate Lewis Hamilton, but it never works. He goes, in it. He goes, in it. Yeah, whatever. Get over there, you stupid bear. What else have we got? Matthew D'Souza says, Mercedes isn't a bad car. The Ferrari and Red Bull are just very good. Yes, indeed. Yeah, I don't think the Mercedes is a bad car. And I think if they get on top of that porpoising, they could end up back there chasing the Ferraris and the Red Bulls. Yes, I think that's possible. I did forget to mention George Russell. What did I think? I think he did a decent race, but nothing special. Anyway, you can't judge a man on one race. We will see how it goes. But I think he did a decent race. But as I say, nothing special. Nothing sort of stood out for me about George Russell. But it's very early days, of course. Very early days. So we will see as the season progresses. But anyway, well done to George for getting points. I think they said that was the most points he's got so far in any season he's been in. Well, that will be pretty obvious because he was at Williams. But well done anyway, George. Why did they take away the FIA team radio? I don't know. I've no idea. Very, very weird. Very, very weird indeed. But sign of the times, unfortunately, things are being taken away quite rapidly, aren't they? So I've no idea. Hopefully it will come back. Will F1 says, no, Mikey. No, Mikey, no. That is so not light. Did you like that? Did you like my Toto? I know it was pitch perfect, wasn't it? Pitch perfect. My Toto Wolff impersonation. Brilliant, it was. Brilliant. He says, no, Mikey, no. That is... Oh, that's exactly what I just said. That is so not light. It's Toto Wolff, the Terminator. Hello, Mr. Helium Trophy. Toto reenacting his love for the Pipkins series. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Pipkins. Love it. Absolutely love it. Toto's... Hang on. I've got to scroll down. Scroll down the messages. Toto's putting hand in toilet comment was interesting. Very interesting. Very interesting indeed. To be honest, I'm probably going to get F1 Manager 2022 game before F1 2022. Yeah, I've heard that could be pretty good, that game. And it's going to be on consoles, which means I might be able to get it. Yes, finally. Because I don't do PC games, as everyone knows. That's why it's called F1 Games Play. Yeah. Anyway, let's move on. But yeah, I might be able to get it. So yes, that should be pretty decent. Hello, Scott. Welcome to the stream. He says, hi, Dave. Hope you're well. Yes, I'm fine. Thanks, mate. Thank you very much. And a 1-2 Ferrari and Red Bull, both DNF. Giddiness. Yes, me too. Me too. I couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe it. I would like to say, though, Max, shut the fuck up. Because that on Sunday, you were starting to whinge and moan like Lulu. In fact, I thought for a minute that Lulu had been transplanted into the Red Bull by mistake. Yeah, so Max, shut the fuck up. Because you do not want to be like Lulu. No, you do not want to be. So just quiet now, quiet. Thank you. I forgot to mention that earlier. I've got a nickname for Charlie Boy. Charlie Horse. There you go, Charlie Horse. Charles drives the racing horse. Yes, he does. He does. Will says Aston Martin have said the porpoising is costing them up to 0.75 of a second per lap. I've read they might be bringing in a B-spec car. Well, almost a second a lap. That's like, let me see if I can work my maths out, about 50 odd seconds in a race. 50 seconds? That's a lot of time, isn't it? To lose 50 seconds in a race. So yeah, Aston Martin. Yes, that was another team I forgot to mention. Very poor performance. Lance Stroll, absolute crap. Absolute crap. I'm not going to say anything about Lance Stroll though, because it was the first race, so we have no idea what was going on. But on that performance, he did very, very badly indeed. And Nico Hulkenberg, super sub, I wasn't very impressed with him either. But of course, if this is the car, then it's not a fault of any of the drivers. But yeah, Aston Martin, very poor performance. I like the fact that Sebastian Vettel is and ahhing about whether he's coming back or not. Mainly not because of COVID, but because the car's crap. Well done, Seb. Anyway, he might be back. I don't know. I haven't seen the latest on that. Will says McLaren look terrible. They surely do look terrible. I must admit. I can't believe how bad they look, in fact. Especially after winning a race last year. They're just... Nah. So the 2022 regulations have definitely caught out some of the teams. Some of the teams have been caught on the back foot. Ferrari seem to have got their act together completely this year. All the other teams, they're all playing catch up. It's a little bit like 2009 again with the Brawn car. Yes. But as with that season, they did catch up and actually overtook the Brawn. So it could happen with 2022. We will find out. Only one race, don't forget. Only one race. Plenty of time. Hayden Gamer 2008 says, hi. Hello, sir. Helium Trophy says, his reactions to crashes have shown how Ricciardo is quite reactionary. Yes, I quite agree. Hayden Gamer says, Can Man 18, that is his real name, not you. Oh, okay, thank you. Helium Trophy is Anton Hubert Grosjean crashes. Okay, they seem to be talking amongst themselves there in the chat, but we will carry on. He hasn't been the same since. No, I quite agree, he hasn't been the same since. It's Mr. Dominic Orlando. Dominic Orlando is in the house, fresh from his oil change. Shenanigans I won't go into because he's already said that. I think he said it live on my stream on Monday, so if anyone wants to hear that fantastic story about Dominic Orlando almost getting arrested by the constabulary of the God Squad, yes, for changing his oil, then go back and listen. I can't tell you what the timestamp is, I'm afraid, but it is at the beginning. It's at the beginning, so you haven't got to go through the race if you don't want to. But yeah, there's a whole story there about him changing his oil, and it's just people taking photographs of him, and it was just completely exploded into this absolute vision of nastiness, and all he was doing was changing his oil. It was unbelievable. Anyway, go check it out. Hello, Mr. Orlando. His top 3 predictions are Verstappen in first place. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Charles Leclerc in second and Hamilton in third. Surely, sir, surely you've been on those substances that make you happy. Surely you have. How can Hamilton be in third? No, I can't see that happening. Unless, of course, some of the other cars drop out again. But apart from that, no. It's going to be 5th for Lulu every single round of the championship till the end now. 5th place for Lulu. And at the end of the season, he'll give up and retire and go back into fashion modelling. His mum's curtains. Scott says, Sandy first, Carlos second, Lewis third, and Charlie Horse. Okay. Will F1 says Leclerc in first, Verstappen in second, and Hamilton in third. Interesting. And Scott says, and hi TB. TB says, hi Scott. Yes, everyone's favourite bear. Yes. Look at him. Oh, just look at that face. Just look at that face. I mean, that. Look, he's got this very unusual way though. Look. If we put him at a certain angle, look, devil face. See that? Look, devil face. That's like The Exorcist, isn't it? Devil face. See that? But all you have to do is rotate it just an inch up his head. Happy face. You see that? That's clever, isn't it? How does that even work? Look, happy face. Devil face. Happy face. What am I doing? What am I even doing? Bloody hell. Matthew says, car performance, 1 Ferrari, 2 Red Bull, Mercedes are half a second behind, Haas are 1.1 seconds. Well, that's still pretty decent, I have to say. Alfa Romeo are 1.2 seconds, Alpine's 1.3, Alfa Tauri's 1.35, and Aston Martin are 1.7. Oh dear. McLaren are 1.8. Ouch. And Williams are 2 seconds. Well, that I have to say is to be expected from Williams, I have to say, because of their performance the last few years. So 2 seconds is, about right for Williams. 1.8 for McLaren. How on earth are they going to turn that around? That's not good news. That is definitely not good news. Well, oh my goodness, we have Julian Palmer in the house, everyone. He says, hey. Well, hello, sir. Hello. And welcome to the show. I feel like I'm not worthy of your interest, to be honest. Yes. And in case anyone asks, no, I'm not the one that does those Palmers of the Week on Josh's YouTube channel. That's not me. No, somebody else does that, but it's not me. Definitely not me. Matthew says, 1 Leclerc, 2 Verstappen, 3 Perez. Interesting. Julian Palmer says, the Mercedes did look to be porpoising less than it was in testing, just not as strong aerodynamically. Yeah, I did notice that. It was definitely not as bad. But I've only got a week to sort that out. Well, they haven't got any time to sort it out now because it's Thursday, so they must already be at the circuit. So they would only have had. In fact, they'd have had no time to sort out anything that was wrong with the car. Okay, because as soon as the race would have finished on Sunday night, they would have had to have packed up and gone to Jeddah. So they haven't had time to do a thing on the car. So expect the performance levels of last week's race to be exactly the same for this week's race, because they haven't had time to do anything. They wouldn't. They'd have gone straight to Jeddah. And so no, performance will be the same. Mercedes will not have any more pace in the car. It's just not possible. Not possible. After this race, they can now go along and see if they can sort out their problems. But at the moment, it'll all stay the same. So it's pretty inevitable it'll be a Ferrari and a Red Bull and a Mercedes somewhere in the top 3. Yes. Scott says, to be honest, I disagree with you about Lance. He done a decent job in the car. The Aston was horrible. I'll tell somebody who was pathetic was Nick Latifi. Yeah, Nick Latifi was pretty bad. Yeah, all I can look at with Lance is how he did, and he didn't do very well. I mean, I'm not saying that he's a bad driver. I'm just saying that in that race he didn't do very well. Hopefully he can put it together and get a bit higher up the grid. But Nico Hulkenberg, as I say, also wasn't up there either. So it's quite possibly a fundamental problem with the car and not the actual drivers. So we will see what happens. Hopefully Lance can pull it up a little bit. Hopefully. And maybe when Vettel comes back, that will sort of re-energise the team a little bit, because I think they are missing his input, to be honest. the team seems a little bit lost. And of course, we have heard all the news about the fact that there's a little bit of distension in the ranks at Aston Martin. They're very, very upset because the team is being ruled like a dictatorship. Interesting. Very, very interesting indeed. We know somewhere else where that's happening. It's not working very well right now, is it? And yeah, apparently, you know, decisions are being made and that's it. You have to abide by them and get on with it. There's no consultation or anything. And for a Formula One team, that isn't the way to go, unfortunately. That isn't the way to go. So, yeah, it's not looking good at Aston Martin, has to be said. So, hopefully they can get themselves together. But I've heard that team members are very, very upset with the way things are going at Aston Martin at the moment. So I've got grave reservations about how good they're going to be this year. Helium Trophy says first Verstappen, second Leclerc, third Perez. Now, luckily these are all on the stream, so I'm going to be able to look back at these because I think for the next Hookster Talks, some of you are going to be spot on. Yes, because it's a lot easier, as I said, this time around. And some of you are going to be right there. So I will take notice for next week about all these predictions and see how we do. Matthew says Vettel should not come back looking at that crap car. I don't think he should either. I mean, he's got a contract. He's got to come back. Or he could just hang it up and say, I've had enough. I don't know. It's possible. Anything's possible. But yeah, he's got to come back. But I don't think he's going to come back this week. I haven't seen the news, so I don't know if he's coming back this week. I might be completely wrong. But I don't think he will be. And so he'll be back for the next Grand Prix after that. But yeah, it's not looking good at Aston Martin at the moment. No to Ricketts. Yes, quite agree with you. Quite agree with you. Okay, well, I think that's all the news. How long have I been on air? 45 minutes of me talking absolute bullcrap. Absolute bullcrap for 45 minutes. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it and I hope you're looking forward to the race at Jeddah this weekend. F1 has still got that excitement factor at the moment due to the fact that Ferrari have sort of pulled their A game out of their arse for this season. And yeah, it's all looking pretty exciting at the moment. Obviously, after about 4 or 5 rounds, it's probably going to go back to being boring again. But at the moment, everyone's still pretty hyped for the F1 season. Me included myself, and I'm one of the greatest ones that criticise Formula One the most. But I'm still, at the moment, I've got that hype level for Formula One. Yes. So hopefully that can continue because God knows we need a distraction at the moment, don't we? Bloody hell. We do indeed need a distraction at the moment. Anyway, as I said, unfortunately, I'm on YouTube and I can't talk about stuff like that. But I just like to say that I've seen a lot of YouTubers, big YouTubers, small YouTubers, middle YouTubers, all kinds of YouTubers who have been pretty much carrying on as if there's no problem. And I'd just like to say that I am very aware that there is a lot of problems. Unfortunately, I can't talk about it. I've already had a lot of comments sent to me that have been censored by YouTube because they contained the 2 words that you're not allowed to post about. The first word starts with U and the other word starts with R. And yeah, I've had a lot of comments censored by YouTube just by mentioning it. But I would like to say that I am very aware of what is going on in the world and I'm certainly not carrying on as usual as though nothing's happening. No. And if the situation does develop how I think it might develop, I am very concerned indeed. Very concerned indeed. But anyway, this channel is for entertainment purposes. It is not to start getting bogged down in politics and what's happening in other places. I am here to entertain, and so that's what I damn well do. So we forget about everything else while I'm on that's going on in the world and we concentrate on the entertainment. Okay? Right. But I'd just like to point out that I am very aware of the problems that people are facing and what is going on in the wider world at this moment. Anyway, that's it from me. Don't worry, I'm not going anywhere because we're going to go to Facebook and see if anyone's about. But for this segment of the show, that is it. I'd just like to thank everyone in the chat for all your comments. You've been awesome as always. Right, let's get rid of my beautiful face for a moment. And let's see if we can find anyone to talk to for 15 minutes, whatever. La 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 la. Please bear with me because I do all this myself. Yes, I haven't got any of these special buttons that so I'll just answer the message there as well. Oh, it's all going off. It's all going off. Right, there we go. Alright, I've got to reduce the account down to 8 people. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 people. So I've got to get rid of one more. And that one. That one. Okay. Let's see if there's anybody out there right now. In La La Land. La La Land. Here we go. Here we go, boys and girls. Hello? Answer the bloody phone. Answer the bloody phone. You muppets. Oh, we got someone already. Hello?
What's up, Dave?
Hello. How you doing?
Alright.
Alright.
I probably can't stay long today, but
you can't stay long today.
Doing...
Well, that's all right because I can't stay long either. I only popped on actually for the last segment of this stream for about, I don't know, 5 or 10 minutes. So we'll do a bit of that and then I'll disappear. So how are things going in the USA right now?
Alright, nothing different than last week.
Good. That's what I like to hear.
Gas prices still ridiculous.
Still ridiculous. So how's your favourite number one driver again this week?
Man, if they can't fix that bouncing, I think it's gonna be, honestly, for Mercedes, I think it's gonna be about surviving and just staying in the title hunt until about Imola.
Quite agree. What's that noise? We got some feedback. Oh, hello. I think we've just been cut off from Donald. The mice have got into the machinery. Donald's disappeared. Oh dear, that might be the end of it. Donald! Just to point out to everyone who didn't know, of course I was referring to the fact that Donald is a die-hard, and I mean die-hard Lewis Hamilton fan. Absolute, oh my god. Ridiculous level of Lewis Hamilton fan. I'm getting messages all over the show here, so perhaps he's going to... Oh, he got a phone call. That's unbelievable. He left Hookster Talks to answer the phone. That's outrageous. Absolutely out-bloody-rageous. He left Hookster Talks to answer the phone. That's it. I'm going to ban him now from future Hookster Talks. Ban I'm going to write it down. Ban Don. That's it. He's gone. Hello? Is there anybody there? Answer the bloody phone, please. Hello? 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 No one's going to answer. No one wants to talk to Davey on Hookster Talks. Oh. Outrageous. It's alright, I'll just have to go back and watch my favourite F1 YouTuber of all time, Mr. Araver, because I just love his content and I just can't get enough of him. It's that cheeky little face that gets me, that cheeky little face. Oh, I just want to grab hold of that cheeky little face. Yes, it's just brilliant, it is. Love his videos. Best F1 YouTuber on the planet, Araver. Go check him out, he's great, really is great. They're all great. That Quadrant, I love Quadrant, I tell you. I lap up those videos. Can't wait for every Quadrant that gets dropped into my inbox. Veloce, I love Veloce. Oh my God. Can't get enough of their content. Hello? Hello? Oh, we got a mystery guest. Hello? Hello? Is that Nick? Hello? 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 What are you wearing? Wait a minute, I can see on the bottom of the Facebook chat, it says it's Dominic Orlando. Oi, Orlando, put your bleeding camera on. Hello? What is he doing? He's probably changed his oil while he's...
Check. 1,
Hello?
2, check.
Hello?
Check. 1, 2, check.
Oh,
check.
here he comes.
Look
out.
Do we have a copy or no?
Yeah, I got you, but where's your camera? Come on.
I'm trying to get it to... Oh, it's not plugged in.
Oh, it's not plugged in.
Hold on.
You are such a muppet. You really are, aren't you?
What a plum.
What
All
a
right, let's
plum
see
you
here.
are.
So if we plug the camera in, can I get it to work? Is the real question. Connected speaker. Okay, no, I already connected my speaker. Oh, let me try clicking turn on video. Why is it showing me the OBS signal?
I don't know. Very weird.
If I open OBS Studio, why is it? Sorry, Dave, I'm having real technical issues right
Yes,
here.
we're having technical issues, everyone. We will get back to you as soon as we can. In the meantime, listen to a word from our sponsors.
Am I the sponsor, Dave?
You are the sponsor, yeah. That was a cue for you to go there, but you missed it entirely. But that's it, yeah.
There we go. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Dave Hook's what do you call this little segment, Dave, that you have on Thursdays? Hookster Talks?
Yeah, basically. It's Hookster Talks,
okay,
yeah.
yeah. Welcome to Hookster Talks. Actually, I'll play some smooth jazz while we talk over the... Welcome to Hookster Talks, everybody, where you can talk about F1. I mean, you can really talk about anything you want, but... Oh, we have this
my
episode
bad,
of
Dave.
Hookster Talks.
I got a phone call right as I was talking.
Excuse me, young man.
By Don
Excuse
the
me.
Man,
but you do not leave Hookster Talks to answer the phone.
Wow.
Well, it was actually an important call, so I couldn't miss it.
There's no important call more important than Hookster Talks. I'm sorry. That's it.
But anyway, Dave, as I was saying about when you were asking about how my number one driver is going to do, I think it's going to be basically Mercedes just got to stay in the hunt points wise, because apparently I'm thinking, like from what I'm hearing, possibly Imola is when Mercedes will either have the new floor or new side like that's what's really hurting Mercedes is their aero package.
I see.
With the bouncing, and obviously with the bouncing, because they're the worst car at it. they can't use that full engine power that they have. It's kind of killing them.
Nice.
So I think if they can just stay in the hunt, I mean, I think they have a good car overall. It's just they need to fix that bouncing issue.
I agree. Dom, are you still there?
Yes. Do you have a copy?
I've got a copy.
You're not doing an oil change in a fucking parking lot again, are
No.
you?
It's that.
No, I'm in the comfort of my basement. I'm just updating OBS Studio. I'm trying
It's
to get
the-
my camera to work.
It's that time of the week, everyone, where I've got to disappear for 2 minutes. So Dom and Don, I know it's confusing, but it's Dom and Don. Speak to yourselves for 2 minutes, and please no swearing. Thank you. Back in 2.
Oh, okay, yeah, no swearing. That's going to be very darn difficult to do. But we're going to have a little gander at Dave's shower curtain. What is that? So we've got a little bit of a shot of a shower curtain. Earlier on Hookster Talks in the comments, my top 3, Don, for this weekend at Jeddah were Verstappen first, I believe it was Charles second, and Hamilton in third. And I'll tell you why I chose this in a specific order.
Cool.
I think
I hope Verstappen and
Now-
Leclerc wreck each other and
Right.
Hamilton will
Now-
get P1, but
I do think they're going to race again. I do think they're going to race hard again. I think Hamilton's going to be in the mix. But I'll tell you why I put it in the order that I did. I think Red Bull is going to sort out their reliability issues. I think it was really just a one-off.
hopefully not.
Well, I mean, hopefully, as a Hamilton fan, of course, hopefully not. But as a neutral
Red.
spectator, I think they are going to figure it out. And I think Verstappen and Charles are going to have a heavy race like they did at Bahrain. But the difference is, at Jeddah, when you get out in front, I mean, yes, the cars this year are more aerodynamically capable of following close behind, but as we saw last year with Max's creative racecraft at Jeddah.
Don't remind me.
Yeah, that's a separate topic in and of itself. But I think once a car gets out in front at Jeddah, it's a lot more difficult to do those swap back overtakes like we saw at Bahrain, especially with the DRS zones in Bahrain so close together, especially after turn 1 and 2. Now,
Yeah, because you had 3 of them. You had 2 of them back to back. So when
Exactly.
Verstappen got by Leclerc had it the next straight. So
yeah. Yep. And that's exactly what led. Now, the DRS zones at Jeddah aren't quite laid out like that. So, due to Max's aggressive style, I think he is going to get out in front. Again, as a Mercedes fan that you are, hopefully not, but as a neutral spectator of the race, I think Verstappen has a good chance of getting out front due to his aggressive style.
personally,
Charles is-
I hope it's another double DNF for Red Bull.
Charles is definitely going to be on the podium. I put him as second place, but the Ferraris are just too good right now. They can't not be on the podium, you know. And then Hamilton, I think there's going to be some safety cars again, like we saw at Bahrain. Maybe not as late in the race. Maybe as late in the race. Who knows? Verstappen might crash out. Who knows?
Yeah, because Jeddah is like real narrow, and it's fast, so so when somebody hits something, it's like hard.
Yeah.
It's
Now
like,
they did make some changes this year. They did make some changes to the circuit, and I haven't looked too deeply into what they've changed, but they've reshaped some of the corners.
No offense, but the biggest change is we don't have fucking Mazepin on the grid
Oh, yeah.
or Mazepin.
I was Dave. I was explaining the reasons why I chose my top 3 to all of your illustrious viewers.
Nice.
Long story short, I think Verstappen's aggression will get him out in front. Charles's reliable, quick Ferrari will give him a podium P2, and I think Hamilton's going to squeak again into P3.
Squeak again. I like that.
hopefully Max's aggression puts him out front, but also puts him in the barriers at the same time along with Leclerc.
He did it in qualifying last year. He put himself in the barrier, so anything can happen at Jeddah. I think it's going to be a great race. I'm really looking forward to this one.
But yeah, like I think like either Imola, which is race 4, I believe, or Barcelona, which is 5, is when I think Mercedes will actually have the better floorboard or the bring back side pods back, like from what I'm hearing, to fix their bouncing issues.
Yeah, they'll figure it out. Mercedes is a smart team. They'll figure it out for sure.
So these first few weeks for Mercedes is just stay in the title hunt. Don't fall too far behind, I believe. Because their car is good otherwise. It's just, obviously, you know, the faster you go, the harder it bounces.
Well, hey, we have more in the chat.
There we go.
Hi, and
Can you guys see me?
Yeah, we see your dumb looking ass.
Just before we
There we go.
just before we start, I've had a message from Matt in the chat, and he says, if I can read it, I've forgotten where is it? Who would win in an arm wrestle, Mr. Orlando or the Hookster? Well, I can answer that right now because it would be me.
I can
'cause
answer that.
I'll tell you what,
Now-
I am
hold
firm
on
right
there.
there. Very, very firm indeed.
This is a man who just did his oil changed and jacked his car
I
up a few
don't
days
know.
ago.
I
Okay?
think I would have
These-
to vote Hookster. I think I'd bet my paycheck on Hookster.
Yes, there you go. See,
These pipes are steaming. Oh, you guys are full of it. You guys are honestly full of baloney.
nice
Full of
one.
baloney, says the one who's sitting there with headphones on and a microphone like he's a fucking DJ. Who do you think you
Yeah,
are,
I
Dom?
am a DJ. I'm on Hookster Talks live broadcasting to the world. I'm just trying to bring a level of professionalism to Hookster Talks F1 Games PlayStation, one of the top PlayStation
As your
F1
dog
channels on
sleeping
YouTube.
behind you.
My name's Dominic
Yeah, yeah.
Orlando. Hello.
Yeah, Stinky Baby is over there, just upside down in her crate. That's how she likes to sleep, with her
Do you
feet
ever-
up.
Do you ever let that dog out of that cage? I'm going to phone RSPCA soon. You just leave it
I do let her out of the crate. Admittedly, the past few days, yeah, she's been in the crate more often than she's been out. But the thing is, every time I let her out, you know, like I need to watch her. She's like a little baby, you know what I mean? Like she'll chew a roll of toilet paper, or she chewed a drumstick
That's
the other
another thing.
day.
Why the fuck you have a roll of toilet paper right next to you?
because he was watching porn before Hookster Talk problem.
You know,
Oh dear, Dominic exposed.
I had a runny nose. I had a really runny
not
nose.
that old
That's
chestnut.
Just get a box
Or-
of tissues.
Or it could be worse. He could have just been watching Hookster Talks.
That's true.
Oh, damn it. I should have moved that. Damn.
Yeah, runny nose. That's what tissues are for. Or
My
at least paper towels.
allergies in the
Oh, it's
Canada
allergies
are really
now.
bad in the springtime. You know, it's just the sinuses are just
Good
unbearable.
excuse, Dom. Keep trying.
Oh, I should have bought a regular camera. Why did I have to buy a wide lens camera to see everything? Ah, man, such a shame. Well,
You plum.
yeah, I
On
feeling a little.
nice keyboard next to you.
Oh yeah, thanks. Yeah. Is that like you can hear that, or does
Yeah, we heard it.
Facebook cancel that out? Okay, that's good. Okay.
We can, unfortunately, hear that.
Oh, unfortunately. Oh, okay. You know, one of these days
least-
I'll write
At
a
least, Jamie, he
theme
only
song.
did a couple buttons.
One of these days I'll write a theme song for the ERL and for Hookster Talks. I just have to have some inspiration.
You need inspiration for a theme tune for Hookster Talks. Are you serious?
Of course. You know, I don't do musical things that often, like in terms of recording, and I don't take it too seriously. But when I do take it serious, you know, I can produce some pretty interesting things.
Mm.
But
Define
it's got to come to
interesting.
me. Got to come to me in the moment. Interesting. Define interesting. Like you can't take your eyes off the screen because you're not sure what's happening. Interesting.
So Dom, since today's Thursday, I knew it was Hookster Talks Day.
Mhm.
I was thinking right before Dave started the chat, what kind of fucked up story are you gonna have for us this week about?
I don't know
Look
if I
at him
have
trying
any
to
good
flex his
Last week,
muscles.
stories.
Look at him, look at him, look.
almost getting arrested.
You know what?
The week
I'm still
before
really
you can't do an oil change.
I'm still really offended that you guys think that I can't beat Dave in an arm wrestle. Like man, these pipes are steaming.
You know why? Because Dave used to do like real men's work. You know,
Yes.
heavy labour.
Whoa! Whoa, Jamie. Okay. You're saying baking and making little cute cookies out of bakery isn't real man's work? I see
No.
how it is.
Why are you standing up?
Because I don't know. I like to talk and move around. This is what I do at like 2 a.m. at night. You know, I just walk and I move. I've got these really long cables to help me walk and move. Except they get tangled and stuff sometimes. So, yeah. Oh dear, that's really tangled. Okay, there we go. Yeah, like look at how far away I can get from my
Yeah,
computer here.
If you go a bit further, a little bit further.
No.
Back a bit
The
more,
whole setup's
back a
gonna
bit
come
more.
crashing down. But yeah, you know, I don't know what to say. I have been nothing but polite and professional since joining Hookster Talks, and I've just been insulted and belittled.
Yeah, but you like
I
that.
think you bring
You
that
like
upon
that.
yourself.
I had a
No.
fun day in Medway today, Dave.
You were?
I had a fun day in
What
Medway
the
today.
fuck are you doing, Dom?
What were you doing?
What's
Oh.
Medway?
It's where
It's
I
the
live, you
area that
plum.
Dave lives. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so we had one guy come through, didn't have a ticket, started kicking off, then decided to start trying to spit at everyone.
Oh, nice.
Then he picked up. I don't know what it was. A phone. It was like a plug for a phone charger. He threw that at one of my colleagues' heads, and then he got chased down the platform. Then he ran over the tracks and jumped over a fence. And then about 3 hours later, he come back, and I was like, I see him. I was like, hang on, that's the guy from earlier on. And then he decided to run again and run over the tracks again. And I was like, Joe, what, fuck this, can't be arsed with him. Like, it's on the CCTV, he'll get caught. Then we get on the train home. We was at Gillingham, by the way. So we was at Gillingham. Then we get on the train home about an hour ago, or just, well, about an hour and a half ago now. And he gets on the train at Chatham, on the train that we're on.
Yeah.
And so some of the guys were down the other end of the train. Then he realises that we've seen him. And then in between Chatham and Rochester, decides that he's going to pull the emergency doors and jump out the train in between Chatham and Rochester. Oh, God, it's honestly. So he's got away 3 times, to be fair to him. I mean, it was some effort, but only in Medway, mate, honestly.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I know what it's like.
It's just fucking crazy. We had some other guy, yeah, same thing, like kicking off. He ended up running down the tracks at Gillingham. He ended up getting caught just before he got hit by a train.
I suppose with the climate at the moment as well, there's going to be a lot of people not paying for their tickets, isn't there?
Yeah, that is pretty much, that's what we've noticed, to be fair, that it is like, it's getting worse because people just, I mean, this other bloke, he weren't even a scrote, as it were, as that usual one. He was 40 odd years old, dressed in a suit, like this like black fella.
Mm-hmm.
And he started walking off, and he was like, no, I'm not paying, not giving him the details, blah, blah, blah. Ended up running down the fucking tracks. Almost got hit by a train coming from Raynham.
Crazy.
Yeah, I love Medway. We had some other woman screaming and shouting at us and fucking crying her eyes out, and God, I hate it down there. Gillingham's worse than Chatham.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I agree. I
Yes.
agree.
I saw Billy the Quid, or whatever his fucking name
Oh,
is.
Billy the Quid, my old mucker mate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And crazy what happened at my Walmart last night is some person with a whole cart of shit decided to go try and steal it and go out the emergency doors by the hardware department. And they had like a getaway car and shit. Someone parked right out there and shit.
Nice. No offence, Dom, but what would you want to steal from Walmart?
I don't know what they
There's
stole.
probably
But
tons of shit. You said
Really?
they probably had like a cart of shit, no?
yeah, they had a bunch. I didn't actually see them. I like heard about it. It happened while I was at work.
Oh, right. I'm with you.
I was work because hardware. I'm basically on the opposite side of the store.
They sell like TVs and stuff like that at Walmart.
Yeah, but that TVs and shit, you have to pay. You can't leave electronics with the TV without paying for it.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Or if you have to go up front to pay for it, the associate has to walk with you. You can't just grab it.
Good idea.
I had a fella earlier. He was like a immigrant. He was pretending he couldn't speak English, but he'd just been to CEX in Gillingham or Chatham, one of them, and he bought a he bought a copy of FIFA 15 for the PlayStation 3. And he was pretending that he didn't understand us in this. And, so I took it off him. I said, "Right, I'm confiscating that until you start giving us your details."
Nice.
And then told him that we'd call the police if he didn't start cooperating, and he got scared then. It's quite funny. But my colleague Ian got a translator out for him on his phone, and for some reason, whatever he said, because we said where do you live, and he was translating it on the phone, and the translation come back, "I live in a tree." We just all burst out laughing. We're like, "What? You live in a tree?"
Oh, I like that. I like that. I live in a tree. It's a bit like Dom. He lives in a tree, don't you, Dom?
Yeah, somewhere up in Canada.
Yeah.
Anyways, gentlemen, I actually have to head out. It's been
What?
a pleasure to
This is
join
unbelievable.
you guys on
And,
Hookster.
before
So do
before
I.
you
It
go,
is
I got a message
unbelievable.
from Matt. He
All
says Leclerc will be the Dominic Orlando of ERL this season. Will be very quick, but will get caught up in too many costly, unfortunate incidents.
Oh, yeah. I know.
don't
I
agree with
haven't
that, to be
been.
honest.
Oh. Reasons, Jamie?
Well, I don't believe that the clerk will get caught up in unfortunate incidents. I think he's going to smash it. He's a good driver.
As is Dominic Orlando. Thank you for the compliment, Jamie. I really
Wow.
appreciate that. You know, it's
No, Jamie didn't say anything about Dominic
Yeah, I think-
Orlando.
well. Anyways, gentlemen, I better put this back on the roll.
Yeah,
And,
you better put it
yeah,
back on the
I'll,
roll, you dirty little bugger. You dirty little bugger.
Make sure you delete your web history before your mum comes and checks it.
I always use incognito. Anyways, gentlemen, have a good night.
Thank you, Dom. Laters. Unbelievable.
You're right. The fuck is wrong with him?
What can you do? What can you do with him?
I mean, last week he almost gets arrested. He almost gets arrested. Week before, but can't even do an oil change.
I know. That's Canadians for you, isn't it? Canadians.
Can you imagine if he tried to put brakes on his car?
Oh, I couldn't
What
imagine, really.
What was the start of your topic, Dave? I missed your thing earlier. Was it something about dirt rally games?
Yes. Apparently, an insider at Codemasters has revealed that they were supposed to be making Dirt Rally 3, and they scrapped it late 2021 because they've got the WRC license. Now, they were going to do both of them together, but it looks like, no, they've scrapped Dirt Rally and are just going to do the WRC now. So, very disappointing.
But,
Okay.
but anyway, Dave, Jamie, I'm going to have to go. I told you, Dave, I couldn't stay
Yep,
long.
No problem. Catch you later, Dom. Thank you very much.
Later. See, Jamie, are you racing Monday? Or no? Is this your off week?
Probably my off week. Yeah. Oh, actually, yeah, it is because I've got to start work at 4 a.m. We're doing a special operation on Tuesday morning.
You're doing a special operation,
But
Jamie.
anyway,
Yes.
Dave, I'll talk to you.
See you
I'll
later,
see you
Dom.
Monday.
See you
All right.
later.
Later, guys.
Laters.
Interesting, Jamie. Is that going to be like a special operation that someone else is doing right now?
Not that I know of.
Oh, okay.
Why? What special operation is someone else doing?
Well, you know, that one that we can't talk about on YouTube. That special operation.
Oh, that one.
That one. Yeah, that one.
Yeah, that's it.
The one that's going very well right now. That one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've just seen on the news today that they've got bandages from 1978.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Now that's
Well,
really up to
they would've
date.
been- I mean, they were the best ones.
They
so I
were.
heard.
They were. They last forever, those bandages from 1978.
Yeah.
They were brilliant. Really were.
Yeah, they wrap things up well.
They do wrap things up well. So, fair play to them. I love it. And the rations were only 2015, so that's fairly recent. Fairly recent.
Oh yeah, they have a long shelf life. They're designed to put in bunkers, last for years.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, well done to them on their special operation. Yes. Anyway, we can't talk about that. YouTube, get me banned. Never come back, so.
I read somewhere the other day, it was someone telling a story about, I don't know, I think it was one of these TikToker things that actually do quite annoy me, but it was a girl who works in like the supermarket, Asda, whatever, I don't know, and that someone was buying a load of dog food, and they said they just started talking, said, oh, this is a lot of dog food, what are you getting all this for, sort of thing, just general conversation. And the person said, yeah, it's for me. I'm keeping it because it's got the longest shelf life. So if there is a disaster, as it were,
Yeah.
that I'll eat the dog food.
Wow.
Because so they were buying it all because it's got a long shelf life, and basically if they get blown up, then they'll have something to eat.
Yeah, but Jamie, it tastes like shit.
Well, that was the other thing the person said. Actually, he said, "Well, dogs eat it, and it's got meat in it, so it can't be that bad."
No, seriously, I've tried some. Tastes like, it's horrible. Really horrible. It's all right. It's only a little mouthful. I just, for a dare, I wanted to give it a try, see what it's like.
Yeah,
but
I know.
I know. You see, it's fit for animal consumption, but it's not really fit for human. I mean, you can eat it, but it doesn't taste very nice.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I can imagine.
there you go.
I can imagine. Did you? I take it you watched the F1 at the weekend.
I did indeed. Yes.
Yeah. I don't necessarily agree with people when a load of people got excited. Oh, close racing and all that. I didn't think it was that much fucking different.
No.
I was just like, nah, it's not really that different.
No, I don't think it was that different either, to be honest. I mean, it went really. Sorry, say again.
Yeah, I was saying there's a few long straights there that just highlighted. Oh yeah, you can drive behind someone and overtake them.
Yeah.
But when it comes to somewhere twisty, is where we got this weekend, didn't we? Is it Jeddah this weekend?
Jeddah, yep.
So that's quite twisty and tight, isn't it? So that's where if there is a benefit, you'll see it more this weekend. But I don't think that Bahrain actually highlighted anything like people were trying to make out that it did. I just thought it was just normal racing, like weren't no different from.
Yeah. I understand completely. I mean, they made these cars, and it's been going on for the last 2 years now, because they were supposed to have been introduced last year, wasn't it? These cars were going to make all the difference, and you're going to get really close racing with the cars right up the arse, and no, that didn't happen.
No, I didn't think it was much different at all. But
No.
see
Apart
what
from
happens this weekend.
apart from the look of the cars, nothing had really changed as far as I could see.
Yeah.
There was a sort of difference. I sort of thought that the DRS didn't look as strong as it has done before. The actual effect of it didn't look like it was there. But apart from that, not a lot of difference.
No. But we'll see. The only difference was there's definitely the only main obvious difference is just the some cars have got it right aero wise. Like obviously Haas was fantastic out of nowhere.
Absolutely. As I said earlier before I come on this part, that would Marzi Spin have got that car into the position it finished in?
It's hard to say, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because the car was so bad last year, and he got a lot of stick for it. But it was a terrible car.
Yeah.
Like it just looked horrible to drive. I mean, it weren't just him. Mick Schumacher, I can't remember what race it was. He was basically driving in a straight line at one race last year and managed to bin it into a corner.
Yeah.
It was just out of nowhere. Like it was so unstable.
Mm-hmm.
But he's definitely not got the same talent as Kevin Magnussen. So the answer is really no.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I don't think he would have been as bad as what he was last year.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because where did Mick Schumacher, he finished, 12th in the end, did he?
I think something like that, yeah.
And he was unlucky because he got taps at the start.
Yeah. He did indeed.
But it was good. It was, it was good for Kevin Magnussen to come back and be in that position was just unbelievable, really.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, what's it, 14 months he's been out of Formula One or something like that?
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah.
And he wouldn't have been very prepared to come back. He had shorter notice than what a lot of them do, didn't they? So
yeah. Yes.
I mean, regarding especially things regarding seat fittings and all that, they must have had to proper rush that, because they do that they would have been doing that 2-3 months ago.
Yeah.
And they had 3 weeks to do it with him, sort out, make adjustments for him. So they've done a good job there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was quite amusing with the McLarens being so bad, but
yeah. What is up with them? I don't know.
Just don't seem to have any power in that engine. I don't know. But it's tough. Ricciardo ain't changed because he was the same last year. But to see Norris down there as well, who actually, to be fair, did have quite a decent season last year. What he did, he had a very good season. But there were races last year where Norris was in the top 6 and Danny Rick was down in 14th or whatever. But
yeah.
Complaining that he can't get no more out of the car.
Yeah, they're saying they've got a serious brake problem with the McLaren, so if that's the case, then you can see why they're well off the pace. Because if you can't brake properly, you've got a serious problem. So
Yeah.
hopefully they can sort that out. But as I said at the start of this stream, no one's going to be able to have sorted anything out because they would have had to have gone straight on to Jeddah from the last race. So everything that happened on Sunday will be exactly the same for this weekend. They'll all be, you know, Ferrari will be there, Red Bull will be next, and Mercedes will be following up the rear.
Yeah. I can't believe Mercedes fucking luck to. I mean, they're so annoyingly lucky, even when they don't.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah.
I mean, as he got third place out of that, it's just so annoying.
Ridiculous, isn't it?
It's so annoying because that. I mean, they wouldn't. They was. Well, they still would have come probably like 6th, 7th, 8th or whatever. But
yeah,
how he managed to get a podium out of that is just so fucking annoying. It's unbelievable.
Yes, indeed. But that's Lulu for you, the blessed one,
Exactly.
the blessed one himself.
Exactly. Hopefully, Red Bull sort out their problems. During practice, that's the only way they're going to do it as well, isn't it?
Yeah, true. Yeah, they're going to have 3 1-hour sessions of practice, and that's all they're going to have to sort out anything. And as I say, they're not going to be able to. It's going to be exactly the same as last Sunday.
Yeah.
It will be from this race onwards that they'll be able to go back to the factories and start sorting stuff out. But I say, yeah.
It was quite a weird one, like what Max was complaining about. It was almost like we'd say, like if we had bloody steering lag on the PlayStation.
Yeah, it was weird, very weird.
It must have just been like a hydraulics problem though, or something. It must have been like.
Yeah.
He was saying that he basically couldn't turn the wheel, or when he did turn it, like nothing was happening. So.
It was well weird, I must admit. But hopefully they'll get it all sorted for Jeddah.
Yeah. Though Seb ain't back, is he? He's not arrived there yet.
He hasn't. No, I haven't seen the latest on Seb. I don't know whether he's going or not. He's probably going to give up the performance of Aston Martin, to be fair.
He'll be all right in it. I've never rated Stroll anyway.
Yeah.
And Hulkenberg, all right, he only had short notice, but
yeah,
he never really does anything, does he? So
no, but I've heard there's a lot of problems at Aston Martin from like the management. I said earlier in the stream, it's being treated like a dictatorship. The management come in and they say this is what you're going to do, and you go away and do it. There's no discussions or anything like that, and that is not the way to run a team, unfortunately. So
no, the feedback needs to come from the drivers.
Exactly. Yeah.
They've got a 4. What is he? 4, 5? How many times has Seb won it? 4.
4 times. Yeah, 4 times.
Yeah. So they got they got him in because he's a 4-time world champion.
Yeah.
Drivers champion, and to develop the car. That's why you get someone of that experience in.
Yep.
Like, because they know how to set a car up.
Mm-hmm.
So if they're not going on feedback from him and just telling them what to do, then it ain't going to work, is it?
It sure isn't, and it isn't working at the moment.
Yeah.
But hopefully they'll pull it together.
Oh, that's who else I was pleased for. I forgot about Bottas at the weekend. He was brilliant. He
was. I was hoping he was going to beat Lulu because that would have been epic.
I know, yeah. That's at one point you thought, hang about he can beat that. Had been so. Well, I was at least hoping that he'd beat George Russell.
Yeah, that would have been so funny. I mean, that would have been on the front pages of all the sports newspapers. That would have been, wouldn't it? I just really. Bottas beats Lulu in an Alpha.
Yeah. I don't know.
There we go.
Lucky bastards.
Lucky bastards. Anyway, it's 1 hour 32 on my stream, so it's time for me to wrap it up. I'd like to say thank you, Jamie, for joining us tonight. As always,
No worries.
Enjoy the Jeddah race, and I'll probably see you next week.
I'll be there.
You'll be there. Okay. Is that a racing chair you're sitting on?
Yes.
I thought it was. Is that a... What's it called? Because they're all different names, aren't they?
It's what's this one? It's the folding one.
Oh, yeah. It's got something written on the back of your thing, but I can't see what it says.
Play seat. That's
Play
it.
seat.
That's
There
what
you
it's
go.
got. The Challenger play seat.
Nice. Not that they sponsor my channel, but if they wish to,
it
then
says-
please do.
Yeah.
Play. And I've heard, Jamie, that they are very good seats as well, aren't they? Very good quality, top quality.
It is very good. It's very practical as well because it folds up and it tucks down the side between my sofa and the wall. It folds up
Nice.
and you can take the wheel on and off. Like I haven't got the wheel on it at the moment because that does make it a bit bulkier. But
Very nice. Not like me and my bloody office chair. Look at it. Oh, hang on.
that's where the wheel goes usually.
Oh, yeah. Nice. Wow, you got it all going on there, haven't you? Got it all going on there.
Yeah.
Look at me with my office chair. Look. Got that in somewhere. It's not real leather, it's fake leather.
Yeah, was it PVC or whatever?
PV, yeah, it's like that, PVC. I got it. I can't remember. I got it. Well, you know those places that do office chairs. I got it there.
Oh yeah, one of them. Yeah.
One of them. Yeah, one of them.
Office chairs direct. or
Office
something.
chairs are us. Yeah.
That's the one.
Office chairs are us. It does the job, but it's not as good as a play seat. No, top quality they are. I'd thoroughly
It is.
recommend them. And if you're watching,
It is.
Mr. Playseat, well done. Why not send me a free one and I'll review it for purposes of
That's it. You should do.
reviewing it? Yeah, why not?
Ollie's got the same one. He can endorse it as well.
Oh, there you go. You'll have free endorsements for Playseat. There you go. Please send me a free one. I can replace this office one then because it's no good, is it? It's no good. I mean, look, it's getting on now. Getting on. I've had it a few years. Look,
That's it.
just replace that one. Thank you very much.
It's been wiped down a few times.
Oh, it has been wiped out a few times. Yeah. I actually like to put this big jacket on to cover over the stains.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, on that bombshell, I'd like to say thank you very much for joining us tonight, Jamie.
No worries.
Have a good race at Jeddah. Hopefully it will be a good one. We don't want to see a boring one. Not for round 2. As I say, the excitement level at the moment is still pretty high for F1, so I want to see that continue for at least 5 rounds of the championship at least.
Yeah.
After that,
That'd be nice.
not really bothered. But yeah, we want to keep that momentum going for a little while.
But they'll just all end up in the wall at Jeddah anyway, so don't
Yeah,
be excited.
Well, that will be exciting in itself, won't it? So I can't wait for that.
Didn't they restart the race 3 times last year?
I think so, yeah, if I remember.
Was it 3 times?
Something like that.
At
Oh, could
least
be.
twice.
Yeah,
And then there was a red flag.
yep.
Then they had a restart. I can't remember what else happened. There was definitely a couple of restarts. I think there was a safety car, then a red flag, then they done a standing start, the restart, and then on that restart they all crashed again. So they'd done
That's
another
it.
one. Because that's when Max was saying he then got on the radio and was just telling them how fucking stupid it was, basically.
That's it. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. Oh, wow, we should be in for an exciting race
So,
then.
yeah, bit more of that.
Bit more of that. That's what we need. Yep. Love it. Can't wait. Anyway, thank you very much for joining us tonight, Jamie.
No worries. I'll speak
And-
to you soon.
I'll speak to you soon. Bye-bye.
Right.
Okay, thanks to everyone who's joined me tonight. I've got a few more messages before we go. Hope Huss, this is all from Matthew D'Souza. He says, hope Huss keep up this pace, please, for Gunter Steiner. Gunter Steiner. Stop it, Dave. Stop it. It's Gunter Steiner. Yes, I hope so too. My favourite drivers, Vettel and Ricciardo, were battling for 16th place. Wow, can't wait. Yeah, I know. I feel your pain, Matt. I feel your pain. I really do. I just can't trust Leclerc at the start. Yep, true. He could be dodgy. Could be dodgy. Matt says, why would you try dog food? Look, Matt, okay? I was young. What can I say? And when you're young, you do some things that are sort of regarded as stupid sometimes. And that was stupid, I admit. But, you know, I've always said you should try everything once. If you don't like it, never do it again. But you should try everything once, because that's what life's all about. You should try everything once. And I did try some dog food. I think it was pedigree chum. I'm not quite sure. No, I am sure it was pedigree chum. And yeah, it was only a tiny little bit on a fork, just a tiny bit of meat, Matt. It was meat in gravy. But it was tiny. It was literally that big. Yeah, just for a dare. Well, somebody dared me to do it, and of course, me being me, I said, I'll take up that challenge, sir. And yeah, I did try it, and it was bloody horrible. Because as I said earlier, it's fit for dogs, but it's not really fit for human consumption. Although you can eat it, yeah, you can eat it, but it doesn't taste nice. No, it doesn't taste nice at all, because, you know, it hasn't got the same food standards that our food has got. So it's the meat. It comes from dubious sources. Let's just put it that way. It's not just like the good bits of the meat. It's any old crap, really. You know, it's anything. Yeah, brain, kidneys. Let's just not go down there. But yeah, so I tried it. Pedigree chum, meat in gravy, and it was bloody awful. Bloody awful. I think if I recall, I didn't actually swallow it. I spat it back out again. No, I did spit it back out. I didn't actually swallow it because it was that bad. I was like, oh, you've got to be kidding me. No. So I didn't allow it to flow through into the gastric factory. I said, no, not going there, not going there. But yeah, I did try some, and it was horrible. Thoughts on Russell performance? Yeah, I thought Russell did a pretty decent race. We've got to wait now for about 3 or 4 races to see how he's doing in the championship. At the moment, I'd give him 7 out of 10 for his performance. He was decent, but nothing really outstanding from the performance. I mean, obviously he was in a Mercedes, so he was expected to get somewhere in the points, which he did do. I had reservations that he was going to finish like 10th place against Lulu, finishing wherever, like 5th or 6th. I had a feeling that was going to happen. It didn't happen. He was right up there with Lulu, so that was great to see. But a lot of people overrate George Russell, and I think they're right a little bit. I think he is a little bit overrated. But we will see as the season progresses. I seriously don't think he's going to overtake Lulu. I can't see that happening. No. I think Lewis, at least for this season, is still going to be the number 1. I can't see it happening where he's going to overtake him during the races. But I think he's going to be a solid number 2. Perhaps I shouldn't have quite phrased it that way, but yeah, you know what I'm talking about. He's going to be a solid number 2. Scott says he doesn't listen to the fact back from the drivers and sorting out the car. Yeah, quite agree. Anyway, thanks everyone for watching tonight. You have been awesome as always, and as always, of course, I'll be back with another video. Thanks to everyone in the chat tonight, and I will go through everyone. It was Matthew D'Souza, it was Mr. Will F1, it was Mr. Helium Trophy, we had Scott Barnes in there as well, we had Hayden Gamer 2008, we had of course Mr. Dominic Calando, yes, who was also in our video chat as well, and I think that was everybody. Yes, it was. Did I mention Scott Barnes? I think I did, but I'll say it once more just in case. So thanks everybody. awesome as always. Great stream tonight. Hope you're all doing well. Stay safe. Don't forget, COVID still hasn't disappeared. It's still about. Yes, my one of my nieces has just today caught COVID, so it's still about. So stay safe and try not to worry too much about everything going on in the world at the moment. Hopefully it'll sort itself out eventually. But for us as normal human beings, civilians, as we like to call ourselves, we've just got to carry on and, get through the days. That's all we can do at the moment. So, thanks everyone, and good night.